Do I want a Hathy? Or a Head Hathy? Pondman, Rabbick, Rudin. Yeah, Rabbick could be good. Okay. There we go. Don't think that'll work. I think that'll have to do. There, got our Rabbick for later. And we need Rudin for later. I don't like that as much. I can deal. Rudin Sprite, how about? No, not quite. How about Lancer Battle Sprite? So close, so close. That could... Could that do? just gonna have to go with the Rudin. There we go. Okay, enough of looking off camera for a while. We're not gonna be looking at my keyboard either. Got a couple of things to take care of first tonight before I work on the next set of Perlers. So, my good friend Spunky Nugget, the same person who I created the last Perler for, gifted me some extra Perlers. So before I get started on the next Perler, I wanted to take the opportunity to organize. So here's what she sent me. So she sent me a little package of 2,000 black mini Perler beads, and then also the giant 8 basic colors of mini beads. So we've got, you can't see them, but there's black and white back here, then purple, pink, yellow, light orange, dark orange, and red. So, and on top of that, I also have, oh, where are they? It's not going to be in this one. This one's fine. I would like to put more black into this little corner piece before I get started, because eventually I want to be able to just utilize these trays for my Perlers, because I have a fair amount of Perlers beads to work with, of which I am super grateful for, of course. Do not get me wrong. But eventually I do want to consolidate. So, just wanted to do that before getting started tonight. So, before we move to what I really want to do, I just wanted to move that. So, got this little bag. I also have a quarter teaspoon measuring spoon. So we're going to see how well that works out. Of course, I don't have a reasonable means to open it, so maybe I can just, just poke a hole through. There we go. There we go. Got the bag open. I want to be very careful. This could go very wrong very quickly. So we're just going to take a little, just a spoonful of Perlers helps the medicine go down. Medicine go down. Medicine go down. A tweezer of a Perler keeps the colors in line. Unless they fall out of the bag. There we go. There, that's looking pretty solid. Mix them around a little bit. Okay, there. And if I do things correctly, we won't see those for the remainder of the evening. Let's see, what do we have as well? We also have... let's see, I can put those whites together. Hope your weekend has been good. Mine, so far so good. Kind of a dull one, but those are kind of the ones we got to celebrate the most in life, right? The in-betweens. So we certainly have a lot more regular days than we do have, or regular weekends or regular days, humdrums, than we do pivotal, exciting moments in life. Not every day is an exciting moment in life, which means we got to celebrate the normal days all the more, I think. Today is the what you would call in in fiction uh, just another ordinary day. I think there's something positive to be said about that. Because those regular days give you a chance to breathe. They give you a chance to think. They give you a chance to just do whatever you want. You're not on any special time frame or any particular special goals to complete that you would have otherwise. You're just doing things at a different pace. A normal, boring, ordinary pace. And in a society where we treasure instant gratification and those amazing moments in life that need to be documented for social media, life isn't always that way. Not at all. And so we inevitably compare our lives to others. And frankly, when you do that, you tend to, it's a battle you can't win, really. Not every day can be a milestone. Not every day can be a social media moment. You can't chase those likes and live healthily. Oh, well, look at that. All but one left. Come on, in you go. There we go. There. See if I can even that out a little bit. Also address the rebels that escaped into the green color. I recently was requested to do a perler of a cat, a real cat. So I will give that a try. Not tonight. I want to finish that Deltarune Perler set. And by boogity, I'm going to finish it. What else can we do? So this set is nice and full. So we're gonna just close that. But I also have 3 empty spots in here. And I have potential to whittle down this set. So I think that's the last thing I want to do before I start working on the 2 Deltarune Perlers that I have in mind. So we'll start with the gray. Of course, don't use gray terribly often. It's a very uncommon sprite color, especially for the sprites I work with. Usually you will find yourself, if anything, you'll use it for anything metallic, or you'll use it for perhaps a character that is poorly designed in an old NES game. So I've never transferred Perlers before. I had a set of it was like a collection of like 5 different colors, and it was all combined. Black, pink, 3 shades of blue. And I was like, I thought to myself one day, you know what? I'm going to organize this. I'm going to organize these into the appropriate colors. There were probably several thousand beads in each little combined package. So I promptly recycled them. There was no way that was ever going to get done. I mean, think about it. You've got several thousand Perlers that you'd have to organize one by one. It's worse than working on a multi-thousand piece jigsaw puzzle. In that, like, at least with the puzzle, you have a tangible goal, and you're looking for common patterns, shapes, and whatnot, whereas the color matching would just be the most tedious, boring thing to do ever. Okay. There we go. That takes care of it for the grays. What else do I want to... I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 and an eighth left to do. Well, let's move these clears. Clears are very uncommon. I used them once in trying to create an Oshawott Perler, and it just didn't have the same... It didn't have the color I was looking for. I was looking for a real off-white. It just didn't work out. So, and I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's transparent. There's a color there, obviously. Transparent is not completely invisible. If anything, it's a very thin gray-white, depending on the angle of light that's going through it. There's not much there. Obviously, you're going to use it for things like glass, not necessarily Pokemon. But that was very early in my Perler making days, and you live, you learn. That's as you will with any hobby you take up, any skill you want to work on. You're gonna suck at first, and that's fine. Although, admittedly, my personality does have the tendency to go, if I'm not an immediate expert at the thing, I don't want to continue doing the thing. And so it makes it very difficult to press forward and accept mistakes. Because I'm definitely no expert at Perlers. Not by any stretch. But my desire and my enjoyment of it outweighs my perfectionist attitude. Alright, we'll finish this by transferring this light brown. So eventually we'll empty out one of these colors and I can fill it with the remainders of these. Or the other set, hopefully. Oh, that one got buried. Where are you? There you are. Okay. I would prefer, if possible, an easier way to manage all these colors. I suppose researching that to see how that would work would help. But I did want to share a story about how, when... Like I was about how what I was saying earlier. Like if I'm not an immediate expert at it, I don't want to continue it. Rewind the clock back to 2016, and I was going to a family event, and I picked up a couple of recipe books at a rummage sale. And it was a flea market. Yes, it was a flea market. And I was on Weight Watchers at the time, which in retrospect is a waste of money, and you shouldn't be on Weight Watchers. There are other alternatives you can take that don't cost $50 a month. But there was this recipe book I found that was supposed to be like low-calorie snacks, low-calorie recipes. So, these family gatherings, we kind of do little potlucks. So I was going to bring marinated mushrooms. There's a recipe from this low-calorie recipe book that consisted of mushrooms, green peppers, marinated in a mixture of red wine vinegar, ground mustard, sugar, salt, and water. And as someone who has cooked things over the years, I realized I didn't have any dry mustard on me, so I thought, well, regular yellow wet mustard will do the trick, right? That'll be fine. And as I'm boiling the concoction on the stove and I'm watching it turn into a congealed, horrifying mess, I realize it's not going to at all work the way I want it to. But I insisted on bringing it to the potluck anyway, and my family, bless their hearts, tried it, and none of them would say a negative thing about it. They wouldn't say they liked it. They wouldn't go out of their way to say they liked it. They wouldn't say anything. And the silence was, well, like any silence, deafening. And it was something that I remembered and took to heart for many years. Past 4 years, actually. And I was kind of propped it up as a failure of, or I should say a failure and a lesson. What you should do when you're cooking. One, you should never be trying something new that you're going to test with other people. You should absolutely make it yourself once or twice before you're going to, set it on people, even if it's family. And also make sure you have the right ingredients and and the other thing is that if you're going to beat yourself up over it, which as humans we are wont to do, unless we're narcissists, we will want to, take the blame, acknowledge our failures, but make it right, So today, actually, before I started the stream, I realized I had all the ingredients to do it the right way this time. So in the refrigerator, I have mushrooms that are currently marinating with green peppers and that combination of dry mustard and all that stuff that I mentioned. And I'll find out tomorrow how it is. And I think that's the important thing, is that you don't just wallow in the guilt of making bad food or whatever you're making or whatever you're doing. Don't wallow in it and feel bad all the time for it. That's not going to help anything. It's not going to help anyone. It's not going to make you feel better. It's not going to make anyone feel better. The only way out is forward. And so the correct thing you should always strive to do is to try again and be better. I'm not an expert cook. I'm not. But I will keep trying to improve my cooking skills. Mushrooms and mustard, baby. Okay, so, Perler time. Let me grab the keyboard. And we're going to change up what's going on here. There we go. Properties. We're going to make the Rabbick first. we go. Alright, we're gonna change the radio station. Something else. Let's try happy. Let's see where that gets us. Okay. I'm gonna do a couple more things on my end. With paint.net. I get myself a Perler-esque, sprite-esque layout for this. Alright. Is that the zoom? It is. Okay. Should be an easy one. Looks like it's going to be mostly black, white, and a light blue. So let me put the keyboard off to the side. We're going to hide this over here. Okay, so we're going to use this nice new gigantic there we go. Yeah, maybe we'll go a little higher. Hang on a second. It's gonna get weird. There. Need a little tension on my webcam holder, which is okay. There we go. So I think I will be able to pull from this one. Yeah, that color looks good, and then I also have black and white on the edge, or on the end, so alright. So I have the Deltarune heroes created, now I gotta give them some enemies to fight. So this one will be a pretty quick one, I think. So I'm gonna start in the center. Actually, as requested from a viewer one time, we're gonna start from, and I'm gonna work with the Perlers on the right side. Okay, so two, three. All right. Well, the pixel dimensions for the Rabbick are very different from typical Perlers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will equal 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 6. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. So we're gonna start right in the middle and go out. 1, 2. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, before I continue, let me make sure that this camera is in focus. think that's as good as we're gonna get it. Oh. Oh, we can get it right there. Okay, good. Good on ya. All right. So 6, and then we're gonna go. 1, 2, 2, and then we'll go 1 up. Okay. So we'll start from the right. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, then 1, 1. 1, and then 2, 1, and then it's gonna go all the way there. So that's going to be 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, now we'll work on the left side of the head. So. Then 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Oh. There we go. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of 6, it's actually going to be 5. Okay. So we're going to go here. And then we're going to go 2 down. And then another. And then 3. So we'll replicate that on the other side as well. So go 1. 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, his design is different, so, okay. So instead of 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, it actually goes like that. Okay. And then it goes down 2. And then another 2. And then 3. And then another 3. And then it goes down 1. And then 1, 2. And then it starts there. Okay, so let's finish up the other side. So we did 1, 2, 3. So on this side it goes down 1, 2. Then 1, 2. And 1. 1. And then 3. One, 2. It comes in as 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brain Loot, dude, thank you for resubbing. Oh my goodness, let me catch up on the chat here. Hello, my friend. Hello, right back to you. Weird request, can you put a piece of white paper under the board? It might be easier to see. I can certainly give that a try for you, although it will be admittedly a little bit difficult now that I'm well underway, but I'm not opposed to trying. There we go. There, how's that? 4 months subscription. Dang! Thank you for making Jeff Bezos cry with the Twitch Prime subscription. 3, 2, 1, disaster. Nah, we're good. We're good. So, all right. Well, I'm at the point where I'm going to fill this out. I trust everything is going well with you, Mr. Brain Loot. I received a sort of commission request to do a Perler of someone's cat, and that will be another time. I have to create the Perler sprite sheet for that. I should say the Perler bead sheet. There we go. And 1. And there, we got the border done for this Rabbick. Rabbick. Okay. So let's start to do a little bit of a fill-in. We're going to switch over to the light blue. Yes, sir. Upgraded my iPhone today, so that was fun and simultaneously terrible. Terrible? Oh, that's unfortunate. I know it can be a pain if it doesn't, well, I mean, if it doesn't go smoothly, then it doesn't go smoothly. But um, I haven't migrated between phones in a while, so I guess I wouldn't be able to directly relate. I hate making that device transfer all your shit. Yeah. Um, yeah, iCloud backups are the easiest way to go, and then even still, I've had to like re-input passwords and stuff. It it's like it's almost all the way there in terms of making like the device transfer easy. It's almost there. It's so close. Go 1, 2. Okay, so it wants me to fill in here. Yes, yes. There we go. And then 1. It's asking me to go down 2. And then 1 over? I think so. Yes. Do you find it easier to do the border and work your way in first, or starting from the center and working your way out? I'd like to do the borders first, usually. So I like making my way to the border. In that case, it is easier to have a sense of where I'm going as a result. It's very important for me when working with Perlers to have like a magnetic north, and using borders and certain colors as I'm moving through the Perler are vital to make sure, because I freehand this. Like, I'm looking at a sprite sheet, but I'm not, it's not like blocked off. I am guessing where the colors should be going. Are you planning on having a regularly scheduled Perler night for your stream? I haven't decided yet. Every time I've been on in the last couple of weeks has only been for Perlers, really. So, I don't know yet. It's been fun focusing on Perlers. I mean, I really do enjoy gaming, but I enjoy doing this too. It's a win-win kind of situation, frankly. So, I might. I think once I have this. So I have this upcoming project for a cat perler. That will be full-time for a while. And then after that, I think I'll do a perler night from then on. I think that would make sense. Because I don't want to stop making perlers. Pokemon perlers? I could do Pokemon perlers. I have enough colors to do them now. So, most definitely. For now, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that stops there. Though I can't say I know which ones I want to do. 2, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. I mean, Psyduck is a must. Yeah, Psyduck's a good one. Would probably start with Bulbasaur since he's number 1 in the Pokedex and in my heart. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the rest I can just fill in. So the nice thing about this is that you can find 2 Perlers at a time, usually, to fill the tweezers to really make this move by a lot quicker. And we'll fill that one in there without destroying everything. Sudowoodo, Jigglypuff. There's also that one that looks like an ice cream cone from the newest games. They're running a little light in the creativity department. Like, ah, yes, the ice-type Pokemon, Neapolitan. It's very dangerous, you see. It's a sentient ice cream cone. I think I'll buy Pokemon Sword and Shield and have him on my team so I can be a Pokemon champion that used a sentient ice cream cone. Yeah, he must be French. I think he was introduced in the Kalos region. I think that was based off of France, so. Okay, so we're done with most of it. Now we just got to do the eyeballs and the smile, which is going to be some interesting estimating. So here we go. There's the top. One, two, three, 4. We're going to see how this looks. So like I said, the sprites aren't 1-to-1 accurate. Instead of 5, it's more like 5.5. But the eyes are identical. So you can do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Turn it. There we go. 2, 3. Do a little twirly twirl. Yeah, that's looking fairly accurate, I think. Okay, now, as I was saying earlier about the magnetic north, there is a... Oh my. That's not going to work. I don't have enough real estate space for the smile. Without going down. Oh wait, no, that'll be okay. Never mind. One, let's just fill in to the edge. This is that magnetic north I'm talking about. So I have a sense of scale. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the top of his grin, it's gonna be... I think we're gonna have to go down just a little bit. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So now we're gonna go white, black, blue, white. There we go. Yeah, this mouth will be tricky to build, but I remain undeterred. Okay, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. I'm Ron Burgundy. Okay. There we go. Oh, 1, 2. Almost done with the black. Hmm. Yeah, there we go. That will do. There. And we'll fill in with this light blue, and then all that will be left is to fill in the whites, which is literally the rest. Everything that is not inside the mouth. Metalliturtle, hey, good evening. Reminds me of Mario Paint back in the day. Perlers are a little similar to that, yes. Very much so. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Put a black right there. Ghouls and Goblins. I am not going back to that game. I'm so fucking done with Ghouls and Goblins. I have never been so irritated. You saw me die, what, 30 times dealing with that game's bullshit hit detection? I tried demonstrating it to a friend in person a couple of weeks ago, and I did not get anywhere. Then I watched a speed run of it, and I died a little inside. It was just utterly ridiculous. Alright, now for the most tedious part. When you're just filling in colors. That's all you're doing. You've done the rest of the work. So your brain gets to shut off a little bit. And you really put your grip strength to work. Here's the list of Pokemon I'd suggest. Lay it on me, Brain Loot. What you got? Show me what you got. Get in there. There we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, grip strength. Grip strength with the tweezers. Okay, so what does he want? He wants Sudowoodo. Or Sudowoodo. Weepin' Bell. Interesting choice. Psyduck, of course. Oh, you even sent me the sprites for the sheets for these. Great. Bulbasaur. Hell yeah. Okay. And then Poliwhirl. Not bad. Not bad. Ah, Pokemon Yellow variant of Mewtwo. Very nice. Good use of purples and grays. I was just complaining about this earlier. And Leopard from the Unova. Interesting. Oh, Poliwrath, yeah. You know, okay, so, hey, man. You sent me the website, and I kid you not, as I pick up my Perlers, I'm reading the text before I look at the Pokemon itself. And it says, Pokemon Poliwrath Pixel Art Pokemon Politoad Poliwhirl. It's not Poliwhirl, it's Poliwrath. I was reading off of what I saw. So, feel free to sue. I don't have a lawyer, you will probably win easily. But those are all solid suggestions. I will keep those in a bookmarked folder for a future Perler event. I should say, is it really going to be an event? I mean, I have a commission piece after this. Deltarune stuff is finished. And is it even commission? I even told them, like, I just want money for materials. I like, you know, making Perlers on stream. I don't necessarily want to get paid for it. Just buy my materials. Because I feel like if I charge for Perlers, then there's an expectation of quality. And I'm not there yet. I'm still very much of the opinion of I like doing this, and if you try to, you know, pay me to do this with money, then then it turns into a business transaction. And that's not nearly as fun to work on, you know? Like, it just turns into something else and it's not nearly as fun. Well, that was very normal, you know. Perlers exploding everywhere. did that Perler sprite go? 1, 2. Yeah, okay, we're good. It's like, what the hell? But thank you for the list, Brain Loot. I appreciate it. I will hang on to those. Those are a good mix of existing colors that I have. Especially excited about using the Pokemon Yellow variant of Mewtwo. Special tweezers? They are special tweezers for the beads. They are, in fact, Perler branded tweezers. So they are thinner than your typical tweezers. In a package set that I ordered for other colors, I received this set of anti-magnetic tweezers that go down, that bend downward, and I don't like them because they're as you can see, they're very flimsy, whereas this is a much stronger material. You could argue that it's thick, so it's fine. I'm sick of suing being an option. Our litigation for society is really pissing me off lately. Oh my god, I didn't get my wish. Sue your ass. Yeah, that's your only recourse. Make the lawyers happy. Mattel Turtle bestows tort reform. Wow. All right. I'm wearing noise-canceling headphones, but I could hear my upstairs neighbors doing something. Which is so weird because the majority of the time that I am home, I do not hear them doing anything up there. But when I have noise-canceling turned on, suddenly I am in tune with the acoustics of the structure of the building. finish up this half. We're going to identify it as that spot right there. Then I'll look up at the chat and see if anyone said anything. And if they haven't, that's perfectly fine. And one. And one. Perfect. Almost in. Oh, I missed one. There we go. That's better. You have manly hands. Twee's logic is sound. Doing something. So many things being said, being ignored. Yeah, the grip strength is actually a little difficult. I don't do any stretches prior to this. I just go. I just do it. But I don't know. Considering that I'm 87 years old, I should probably start doing some light stretches before doing work like this. Oh, to actually be 87 and look like this. Do wonder what it'll be like one day if we figure out how to stop aging. And what is it about our culture that changes? Although I predict, if that were to happen, we would immediately start looking at space colonization and exploration. Figuring out how to terraform planets. Faster than light travel. And all that stuff. Because if we could stop aging, you need one of those hand grip squeezer weightlifting tools. I have one at work. I should probably go to my office and get it. You thought about thickening the handles or adding some padding to the tweezers? Nah, I mean the fingers themselves are fine. Where, I'm getting the strength training is in here in the gooey muscly part. Super technical description. I knew what you were talking about. Grip strengtheners. You use Pornhub for that exercise. Yeah, You do you, boo. What was I saying? Space exploration. Yes. Very exciting subject. I mean, to be fair. SpaceX, having the landing of the Dragon spacecraft was pretty cool. Their little transport device to bring people down from the International Space Station. That shit's pretty cool. Reminds me a lot of the space shuttle days from when I was a kid, but frankly, that's the kind of thing that has to get solved pronto. Especially if we were to solve something like aging. Then suddenly you have a big moral conundrum from lesser developed countries where living unnaturally longer becomes a serious issue of privilege. So the correct moral thing to do would then be to make it so anyone could live as long as they wanted. But then, what do they do? What is their purpose? You can't just, work till you're 60 and then retire for the next 700 years, you'll get bored. What are you going to do? Got to find something to keep your mind occupied. Something to work on. It's like that talk about the singularity, about, artificial intelligence catching up to human intelligence. Kind of put it in the same boat. When the singularity happens. And if we're able to transfer our consciousness into a machine, then what makes us us anymore? Anyway, enough of that philosophical bullshit. If you solve aging, does that mean that we limit reproducing too? That's a great question. Opens up a lot of questions about suicide. Absolutely. So, okay, well, Rabbick is done. So I'm going to grab the iron wherever the hell I put it, and we'll do the transfer for this. I'll be right back. Now comes the part where I always like to say, there's a good chance, well, there's a chance, I shouldn't say a good chance, there is a chance the stream may abruptly stop if I pop a circuit breaker. Hasn't happened yet, but I like to keep the warning there. So, let me move this back up. A little more. It's always the sound effect that really seals it. The little merp. Okay. So, we have our Perler. We have a traditional iron. As you can see, I got it from Goodwill. So, not ashamed of that. It was only $8, I think. Did I pay less? I think I paid $6. Well, in any case, this is a typical iron. Let's see, catching up. You should read the fantasy series Scythe. I am part of that. I created that basic literature book club on Facebook. I am many, many books away from starting to read anything like Scythe or In the Name of the Wind or The Dark Tower or anything like that. But I appreciate you offering it. Who's the author? Neil Shusterman. In the book they use technology to live forever, suicide becomes a thrill-seeker's hobby. Just because I've been burned by the Rothfuss is the series complete. After you die, regardless of how, technology is used to revive you. Ooh, boy. Interesting. At least book 3 of the trilogy. I'm reading it now. Alright. Well, we're going to set this iron to the heat of somewhere between wool and cotton, so fairly high. Now we got this transfer paper, which is parchment paper. I once mistook it for wax paper. That turned out, if I replaced this with wax paper, that would go very badly. Okay, so we just wait for the heating element to heat, and we begin. So we first want to just press down, kind of get a heat established, and then slowly make circles. And you'll see it's already coming through the paper, which is a good sign that the heat is transferring and that it's melting. So, we're going to rotate it a little bit so I can try to get an even heating. Now, ideally, with heating Perlers, you want to eliminate all the holes. Fill them all in. Take it as dirty as you want. But that is the goal. you can get close, that's okay too, because there is a fine line to walk with filling the holes. It can go very badly very quickly. So then you use the top. Use the top of the iron to emphasize the corner pieces. And don't be afraid to take the iron off, because this is very hot and it's still technically melting. Okay, that's looking about as good as it's going to get. Now I can feel the corkboard itself warping beneath. So we're going to weigh it down with a couple of books that I have handy. We're going to let that cool down and let all that heat dissipate and flatten out, because warping a pegboard is bad, all right? Like, you need these to be flat. So I'm going to let that... I'm going to turn off the iron. Let's see. Set it to the heat of 1,000 suns. I have set the iron to the maximum with Perlers before. It's a very bad idea. It will really, really melt the plastic. Thrill seekers jump off buildings, and as you know, die on impact. They come to be known as splatters. Oh my. Okay. Let's see how we're doing. Let's see if I can hopefully flatten that corkboard back into shape. But in any case, oh yeah, this is still warm, but it is done. So we're gonna do the reveal. Let me bring it down low. Show you what I've been working on. I'm gonna go nice and slowly with the parchment paper. Never want to go too quick, or it will take... Very interesting. That is a first. Oh my goodness. To both of you watching Brain Loot and Metalliturtle, this is a first. I have never had the parchment paper stick to the plastic on me before. So first of all, nothing to worry, because I have plenty more transfer papers of various sizes. We're fine. That is nothing, although I have used that one quite a bit, and so I think it's reached, as they say in the IT world, end of life. So let me grab the ones that fell on the ground here. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, very much like old JPEGs loading. Yeah, never had the parchment paper tear, but I suppose it's just a sign that it is done. So I'll get rid of that. Very interesting. So... looks like it'll just come off with a light scraping. also use my fingernail as well. There you go. Interesting. So, parchment paper can reach end of life. Very interesting. So, that's going to do it for today. The Rabbick. Let me put this in perspective for you. This Rabbick is an enemy from Deltarune. And the heroes Chris and Susie and Ralsei take them on, and I'm going to be placing all of these in a gigantic frame and recreating the battle screen from Deltarune for this. I mean, primarily I'm just making the enemies and the party and the enemies out of Perlers. The rest of it's just going to be a print. I'm not going to do Perlers of the entire background. That would be insane not doing it. So yeah, so that takes care of that ends streaming for today, honestly. I like doing one Perler at a time. I don't like overdoing it. And the next one, which is, let me take a look. Let me give you a preview of what the next one's going to be. Picture current Perler. That one's going to be the Rudden. He looks like that. And he's going to be a pain in the butt. So he's going to be much bigger, mostly green, but I have greens for that. So yeah, he's going to be the final enemy, and then I can start working on the other thing that I use this channel for, besides video games, besides making Perlers, is how I put all the artwork together. Because I did that last time, yes, for putting a gigantic cat Perler on a frame. So if you check my VODs, you can see that that process go underway. So. All right, well, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, Metal Turtle and Brainloot Gaming. Thanks again, Brainloot, for the 4-month subscription with Twitch Prime, making Jeff Bezos cry. I ask that you both take care of yourselves. Thanks for stopping by, as always, and of course, watch for deer.